Hey guys, welcome back. Today's lesson is going to be more for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, but don't be afraid to jump in if you are K1 and 2 watching this video, or even preschool. But today we're going to be talking about exercise. So we're going to just start out with a quick warm-up, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about exercise. So we're going to talk about how to correctly do a jumping jack, all right? And then I'm going to have you guys at home do the jumping jacks as well. If you want to pause the video and do the jumping jacks by yourself, that's probably the best way to go because I'm not going to take you through the entirety of the exercise. So again, a good jumping jack is you're on the balls of your feet are together, hands down by your side, you explode up into the X, touching your hands up in the top, and then coming back down. Remember, you should not be making a lot of noise with your feet on this. So if you're in the 2nd floor or 3rd floor, somebody lives underneath you, you don't want to keep pounding on the ceiling. So we're going to be nice and gentle on the balls of our feet here. So I'm going to quickly do 5, and then at home, I'm going to want you to do 30. So watch my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you see I'm getting my body moving, but I'm not making a lot of noise. I'm not making a lot of impact on the floor. So this would be a good time to pause that video, get your 30 jumping jacks down, and then we're going to move on to the learning part today. So today we're talking about exercise. I want you to go ahead and repeat that after me. We're going to do it 3 times. Exercise. 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 Okay, now, what exercise is basically is exercise is physical activity or movement of your body in a way that you are trying to make yourself healthier or more fit, okay? Running faster, running longer, becoming stronger. All these activities that we do that result in those outcomes are exercise. So there's 3 major types of exercise I want to talk to you about because again, we want to be well-rounded people. We don't want to just do one type of exercise or our favorite type of exercise. We want to make sure that we're mixing it all in. So the next exercise we are going to talk about is aerobic exercises. Aerobic exercises. Now, aerobic exercises are going to be exercises that use large muscle groups over and over and over again. If you think about jumping jacks, that was an aerobic exercise. I bet you after you did your 30 jumping jacks, you noticed that you were breathing heavy. The reason you were breathing heavy is your body needs oxygen for all of those muscles to be used at the same time. So any aerobic exercise is going to be an exercise that leaves you out of breath. It's going to be an exercise that leaves your heart beating fast. So just take a moment, pause the video, and think about different types of aerobic exercises that you do or that you could do. Our next type of exercise, this is Mr. Coon's favorite type of exercise, is anaerobic exercise. Now, anaerobic exercise, we're going to be thinking about strength training, resistance training. Now again, big words, strength training, resistance training. What this means is you're trying to make your muscles bigger. You're trying to get stronger. And what resistance is something that's stopping you from doing that. So for example, if I was to get on the ground and do a push-up, the resistance would be my body weight. My body weight is stopping me from pushing myself back up. That's what makes a push-up so difficult. Now, when you're done doing your push-ups, you're going to notice that you're not out of breath. Your heart's not beating very fast, and that's because we're only engaging specific muscles. And if, for instance, the push-up, we're engaging the chest muscles, our shoulder muscles, our arm muscles, whereas the rest of our body really isn't engaged or active in a major way. So anaerobic exercise is a much slower exercise designed to build strength in a certain part of your body. Now, there's lots of different things to do there, and we're going to talk about one of those today. Lastly is flexibility. Now, flexibility is one I think we're all pretty familiar with. Flexibility is about range of motion. See, being flexible means that you are less likely to injure yourself in physical activity. Range of motion is how far you can move the joints in your body. Remember, the joints are anywhere 2 bones come together. That's where movement's created. So my elbow, my range of motion is straight out and straight up, okay? As I become more flexible, I'm gonna notice that my muscles are gonna let me reach further. My muscles are gonna let me be able to move better. And if we look closely at these pictures of these students, we can see lots of different stretches that are being completed. If you'd like to pause the video, you can go ahead and try these on your own. And there we have it, our 3 different types of activities. Now, you know your flexibility. What we're going to talk about is we are going to talk about an anaerobic activity you can do and an aerobic activity you can do at home. During one of our previous videos, we talked about jump roping. Jump roping is probably my favorite aerobic activity to do. Again, aerobic. My heart is going to beat fast, and I'm going to breathe heavier because I'm using large muscle groups. You want to get yourself a rope. Again, you want to measure your rope and make sure that it's a proper length. Put the ends together, stick it in your armpit, let it hang. If it's touching the floor, you have a good length rope. You want to make sure that that rope isn't laying on the floor, and you want to make sure that that rope is not too high. Next thing you do is you hold the rope with the rope coming out the bottom of your hands, the rope behind your body on the balls of your feet, feet shoulder width apart, slight bend in your knees, and then you're going to wait for that rope to get in front of your face to give you the signal to jump. Now, again, I'm not shaking my house. Light feet, light jumps. Now, after you do your jump ropes for a while, you're going to notice that the heart rate increases and your breathing is increasing and you're doing aerobic exercise. Now, anaerobic exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to quickly go over 3 ways to move. The 3 ways that we are going to be moving today, sorry about that guys, are lunges, crab walk, and bear crawl. So I'm going to go over the proper form for each, and then I'll go over the activity. So the proper form for a lunge is feet slightly spread, about shoulder width, straight line down. And what you're going to do is keeping your hands on your hips, your hands in front of your body. You are going to step forward as far as you can step, touching only the back knee down to the ground, and then coming back up. Switching to the other leg, and stepping, and coming back up. Switching to the following leg, stepping, and coming back up. So you can notice, I'm not moving fast here. That's not what it's about. It's not a race. It's about control. You really want to feel that burn in your thigh and the back of your leg when you do this. That's going to tell you that you're doing the exercise right. If you're out of breath, you're going to an aerobic exercise, not the anaerobic muscle building exercise that we're looking for. Next is bear crawl. Proper bear crawl. Feet are on the ground, hands up, high knees in the air, eyes are up. And you are going to step in cadence. I'm going to lift my right hand and left foot at the same time. Forward, forward, forward. Concentrating on balance and movement. Lastly is going to be the crab walk. Now this is probably one of the most difficult. We can go forward and backwards on this one. But the big rule with the crab walk is keep your thumbs out, fingers pointed behind you, and high knee off the floor. Do not drag your buns on the floor or you're not getting the resistance you need from anaerobic exercise. There you go. Now, what I'd like you to do is I would like you to use any of these 3 movements we just learned to find the following things in your house. Boys and girls, don't forget, once you find those things, put them all back where they go so that you can play this game again. I hope you guys had a great time. I hope you continue to exercise at home. Please do not forget, most important part, guys, I've been hearing back from a few of you. Make sure you email me back and let me know how your exercises are going. Let me know if you have any questions about flexibility, anaerobic or aerobic exercise. And I look forward to talking to you again. See you later, guys.